Morning kids, and welcome to the final adventure with Uncle Alf for this week, where today we're going to have a really nice chilled out adventure as we have story time and read one of my favourite books, Jump. So, let's jump straight in. Every Saturday morning, Stephen sat with his father and watched his sister Teresa at ballet class. There were 3 boys in the class, Michael, Joe and Barry. Stephen longed to join them. When the boys and girls jumped, Stephen leaned forward and pretended he was jumping too. After the class, he danced with Teresa all the way home. One day, when the girls and boys were bending their knees at the bar, Stephen overheard the teacher saying, "Remember class, the deeper you plié, the higher you can jump." Stephen watched even more closely. Jumping was the thing he liked to do best. As soon as he was home, he practiced. In the hall, in the kitchen, by the bath. "What are you doing, Stephen?" asked his mother. "I'm pliéing like Teresa does in dance class." "You don't want to do that," she said. Stephen was puzzled. "I do," he thought. "Mum, can I go to dance class?" "Certainly not. Real boys don't dance." The following Saturday, after the class had done their bows and curtsies, Stephen walked over to where the boys were changing into their tracksuits. He squeezed Michael's arm, he touched Joe's back, and he gave Barry's hair a tug. "What are you doing?" they asked. "I'm seeing if you're real," said Stephen. "Well, we are," they said. "They are real, Mum," he told his mother. "You can play basketball," she said, looking up from the television. "And that's that." "What's basketball?" "A game, a tough game, with a ball," she said and pointed to the screen. "Look." "They're jumping," he exclaimed. "Yes," said his mum, "as high as they can." "Good," said Stephen. "Can I play it today?" "We don't have a ball or a net, and you'll need somewhere to play it," she said. "You'll have to grow a bit too." "Oh!" Stephen sighed, disappointed. He raced into his and Teresa's bedroom and pliéed and leapt and flung his arms as wildly as he could until he felt better. At the next class, when the boys were jumping, Stephen couldn't sit still any longer. He ran across the floor. His father tried to pull him away. "Let him stay," said the teacher. "He's good." After the jumps, the teacher said, "Show me what else you can do, Stephen." So he did. The children clapped. "Would you like to be in the show this year?" the teacher asked. "Will you teach me a basketball dance?" asked Stephen. The teacher laughed. "Well," she said, "I'll see." On the night of the show, Stephen's mum and dad sat in the audience. "Where's Stephen?" his mum asked. "He's here," said Stephen's father. "Where? I can't see him." "You will later. It's a surprise." The lights went down and the curtains opened. There was a bumblebee dance by the babies, followed by a skating dance. "It's Teresa's class next," whispered Dad. They heard a referee's whistle and music. Then all the boys and girls danced on stage in shorts and t-shirts. The children spun and threw an imaginary basketball at one another. They jumped in all directions, patting it around each other in circles. Teresa, playing the referee, whirled in and out through the teams with her whistle, until one team had won and the dance was over. The smallest and happiest person in the group leapt the highest. It was Stephen. The audience laughed and cheered. Stephen's mum was the only person not clapping. She was too surprised even to speak. "That small one with the red hair and freckles, why, he can almost fly," said a woman in front of them. "That's our Stephen," said his father loudly. The woman turned round. "He certainly can jump, can't he?" she said, astonished. Stephen's mum was still watching the children bowing on stage. Stephen waved. His mother waved back. "He'll make a fine basketball player one day," said the woman. "A fine player." "Yes, I think he will," said Stephen's mum, and she smiled proudly. "He'll make a fine dancer too." Stephen's favourite thing to do is jumping really, really high. What's the highest you can jump to? In the story, Stephen's ballet teacher tells him that he needs to plié to be able to jump really high. When we plié, what part of our body are we bending? In our story, Stephen goes to dance class with his sister. Dancing is a great form of exercise, so go out in the garden and have a great time in the sun while making up a dance routine. Thanks for joining me for today's adventure with Stephen and all of his jumping. I hope you've had a great time and you're going to have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week for even more fun adventures. So take care, stay safe and enjoy your weekend. Bye bye!